ดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมทีละคนครับครับเอ่อได้ครับทีเดียวพร้อมได้ครับแต่ว่าเราจะค่อยๆปล่อยเข้ามานะฮะ
Hello, welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. And we are waiting for our first participant, which is Alvin from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajaan. My daughter has got a question. Can I get her to ask the question, Ajaan?
Can you speak clearer? I cannot quite hear you.
Yeah, I don't have a question, but my daughter has got a question. Can I
Okay.
get her to ask? Thanks. Come.
Yeah.
Good,
What's your name? What's your
good
name?
evening, Tanaja. I'm Megan.
What's your name?
I'm Megan. My name is Megan.
Megan. Okay.
Yeah, and I would like to ask today that because I have a lot of stress recently, like school stress and like home like exam, and like I want to ask if there's anything to clear my stress. Like, is there any way I
Your
can?
stress arise from your expectation or your desire
I'm I'm stressed because I scared I don't get to achieve what I want. Like my
yeah. So you have to reduce this expectation and pay more attention to the preparation for your exam. And don't worry about whether you'll pass it or not. If you do good in your preparation, you will pass. If you don't do good, you won't pass. So it's not the passing or not passing that you should worry about. It's the preparation that you should be worrying about, whether you are preparing yourself enough or not.
Yeah, so Ajahn, is there any way to calm my mind? Like, because I get stressed with a lot of things, so like I want to like calm my mind.
You can recite a mantra or do some chanting.
Um,
If you can remember any verse, you can keep chanting that verse again and again until your mind feels calm. Don't stop until you feel less stressful, because it might take a few minutes or longer for your mind to be able to calm down. But if you keep chanting, then eventually your mind will forget about the things that caused you to have the stress in the first place.
thank you, Tanaja.
Okay.
Thank you.
So don't worry about the result of your exam. Worry about how much preparation you put in yourself into it. If you haven't put enough yet, then you should put more right now. You still have the time.
So thank you, Tanaja.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Philip, also from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I hope you're doing well. I don't have any questions tonight. I'm just happy to be listening and pay my respects to you.
Okay. Next, outsourcing from Penang, Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanajan. I have no question, just listening and paying respect, Tanajan.
All right, we'll go to Rick Cooper from Ohio. Hi, Rick.
Morning, Ajaan. Thank you for your teaching. I have no questions. I just wanted to be a part of the group today.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. Next, Kek Yenso from Penang.
Tanajan, just to pay respect and listening, no question, Tanajan.
Okay, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Greeting, Prajan. No questions at the moment. Thank you, Prajan.
Okay, Rohini from the UK.
Good evening, Ajahn. I have no question. I just want to pay my respect and just want to listen.
Okay, how do you pronounce your last name? Virasingha?
Veera Singha.
Singha. Okay.
Veera Singha.
Yeah, the E sounds more like the A, an A. Virasingha. Singha mean lion, I know.
Yeah, in Sinhalese, yes.
Yeah, in Thai also we call lion
Yeah.
Singha. We have a famous brand beer named Singha beer. If you come to Thailand, you could find it very easily.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of coming in summer just to pay my respect physically to Ajahn. So not this summer. I'll let you know when it get summer
Okay.
and June or July.
All right. Whenever you're ready, just
Yeah.
let me know.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you for your teaching, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Lynn from Indonesia.
Good evening, Tanajan. How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
That's good. I've been practicing well. I managed to do the same routine every day. In the morning, I can do meditation, and at work, I managed to meditate for an hour at work, and before bedtime also. So becoming more mindful actually, and can see the emotion coming up and down.
Yes. You have any particular question tonight?
Yes, I do have one question. So under what condition can someone be possessed by the spirits?
When he's not mindful. Because there's no spirit that can possess you. It's your lack of mindfulness that allow the mind to create this appearance of being possessed by a spirit. It's your own mental fabrication when you're not mindful. If you're mindful, then nothing can come and possess your mind.
Okay, is it true that some deities or devas can get into somebody's body and help?
No, you can communicate with them if you are psychic, but they cannot possess your mind and take over your mind like a hacker taking over your computer or something like that. No, they cannot do that. It's your own mind.
Okay, if somebody is an indigo, they say they can see or they can communicate, a medium for them.
Yes, they're medium. They have this upajara samadhi ability, so they can connect with spiritual beings. Like the Buddha, when he gave Dhamma talks to the devas, he used this type of samadhi. It's a different mode from the jhana. The jhana keep the mind still and not communicating with anyone. But with the upajara samadhi, they can go and communicate or be able to access some spiritual psychic power. like be able to read the mind of other people, recollect past lives, and connect or communicate with spiritual beings. But this type of samadhi is not useful or supportive of enlightenment because it lacks equanimity. So if you should be able to access this type of samadhi, you should try to avoid it. When you're still not enlightened yet, you should keep your mind still in jhana for as long as possible, because this will build up your equanimity level in your mind. Because you need equanimity when you have to develop using wisdom to get rid of your defilements. Without equanimity, the mind doesn't have the strength to resist the cravings and desire. So when we practice meditation, we want to stay absorbed in the jhana. We don't want to go into this psychic mode if you should happen to have the ability to do so. But fortunately, not everyone will be able to access this psychic mode. From what I heard from the teachers, they said there's only about maybe 5% of meditators who have this special ability. So if you don't have one, don't worry. If you have one, you should worry. Don't try to be distracted by them, because they can be attractive. See? They make you feel you are great, you are super normal, you know. You're like Devadatta, the monk who wants to be the next what you call CEO of Buddhism. When the Buddha passes away or getting old, he asks permission that the Buddha appoint him to be the supreme teacher. And the Buddha said, "No, you're not there yet." But he thought he was there. He thought he had this psychic power. So he got mad, angry at the Buddha, and tried to kill the Buddha, assassinate the Buddha 3 times. But he wasn't able to do it. And eventually he realized his mistakes and went to ask forgiveness from the Buddha before he became swallowed by the earth. Yeah. So this is a story of someone who lost in delusion by thinking having psychic power is when you are a supreme person. You are not. So if you haven't yet become enlightened, don't indulge in this type of psychic mode, because it's just a waste of time. Okay, so don't worry about anybody possessing your mind. It's your defilement that's possessing your mind. That's what you have to worry about. Your delusion. Your delusion makes you think that someone is possessing your mind.
Because I've got an experience, like one of my cousins, that this is what I saw. She was possessed by devas or deity. And then she acts differently when the spirit got into her body.
Yeah, it's not the mind, it's the working of the mind. The mind can play tricks on yourself. We have a lot of people who show that they are being possessed by the spirit and make it as a living, because people will come and ask for advice, ask for fortune, ask for fortune telling, what's going to happen to them in the future, and so forth. But they're not really they're not true. Maybe the mind is capable of acting like this, but I don't think anyone can foretell the future. Only the Buddha who can say that we all will get old, get sick, and die. And that's all the future that we need to know, really.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ajahn. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Nining from Indonesia. Are you psychic or not? Are you psychic?
Yeah. Almost, Ajahn.
Almost. Okay.
But now I'm in the right path because I
Mm.
follow Ajahn, and now I don't care anymore about all the distraction in my meditation. So I just want to be mindful and mindful, because like Ajahn said that I have to be patient in my practice, and eventually I will get into jhana 4. That's why I follow Ajahn.
Okay.
Ajahn.
Good. Yes.
And then yeah, I'm like usual. I'm very happy, Ajahn. Thank you. I have a problem with smelling. Smelling.
Okay.
Because from 5 khandas,
Mhm.
I think I can I mean, if I see something not good, I just see and hear, just hear, not listen. I can handle. I can manage my mind well. But with the smelling, since I can smell like mice, rat, and then food. Since for example, I don't take pork, so when I smell food containing pork, I can immediately feel nauseous, and I might vomit instantly, Ajahn. That's something that I cannot handle, really.
It's your mental reaction. You've been programmed to react like this. So
Yeah.
what you have to do is, when you start to feel vomiting, you should start reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Don't pay attention to the feeling of wanting to vomit. Then you forget about it, then you can stop vomiting. You need more mindfulness to stop your reaction. You don't have enough equanimity. So you can generate equanimity right there and then by just reciting a mantra. Bhutto, 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 Bhutto. Or Anicca, Anicca, Aniccang, Dukkhang, Anatta. Just keep reciting it. Don't pay attention to the smell. Just like when you're meditating. Okay, understand?
Because I do my physical effort, like keep the distance, and also sometimes I hold my breath. When there is something smell that I don't like.
Yeah, it's not your nose that's the problem though. It's your mind, your reaction by your mind toward the smell. So you have to stop the reaction by reciting a mantra or do chanting. This is the way to calm your mind down, to stop it from reacting.
So I have to face it. I don't need to take the distance.
Well, if you're not strong enough yet, then maybe you want to stay away from it first until you feel that you are capable of controlling your reaction. Then you can test yourself, see whether you can face the smell and have no reaction or not.
Okay, Ajahn. Okay, thank you, Ajahn. I will practice more and practice mindfulness more and be mindful in every time.
Yeah, if you have jhana, I think then you will be able to face anything, to meet anything without having to react to them. So practice more meditation, more mindfulness. And try to create more equanimity.
Yeah, Ajahn, on progress. Yes, I will. I keep on practicing every day. I never skip my practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Ajahn. Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Samanji from Sri Lanka. Any question tonight?
Hello. Can you hear me, Tanaja?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, sir. I have 3 questions today, Tanaja. My first question is, now, can we really see ghosts? I mean, how does Buddhist teachings explain encounters with supernatural beings such as ghosts?
Yes,
Some people,
like I said, if you have psychic power, then you can see ghosts, see spiritual beings.
okay. There are people, I have read stories where people have said that like maybe near a cemetery, when they go pass a cemetery or so, they see ghosts. Can such stories be true, Tanajan?
I think for most people, it's just their mental fabrication.
Okay.
When they're close to dead people, they start to see, dead spirit.
Okay. And I think we need to have psychic power to see ghosts then in real.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, Tanajan, my second question is, we know that karma is not the only reason for what happens to us in a particular, in samsara. What are the other factors that influence our experiences other than karma?
Well, the law of nature, we live in, we have to be under the law of nature, like wildfire, like flood, volcano eruption, economic downturn, war.
Okay.
All these things can affect our life, but they're not from our karma. See, our real karma is being born here. That's the real karma for us. If we can stop birth, then we won't have to face all this calamity.
Okay.
So the Buddha said the best solution is to stop birth, stop rebirth by meditation and wisdom to get rid of all your cravings.
Also, Tanajan, I think maybe 3 weeks back, you said like that we can, one particular monk, he managed to talk to Buddha or something. I didn't get that clearly what you said. I think Ajahn Mahabua also, something to that
Yeah,
effect you
because
said.
all the Buddhas are spiritual beings. They don't have physical body like us. And they still can contact any mind who has the ability to reach them.
Okay, that means their mind exists in a spiritual realm.
Yeah, just like our mind. Our mind right now is existing in the spiritual realm. We are connected to the body by our mental radio wave, we call. We have vijnana that connects the mind to the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body.
Okay.
We're not in the body. The mind is not in the body. It's like the mind is on the moon and the body is on this earth, and they connect by radio wave.
That means a Buddha's mind exists even after his passing, even after his parinirvana.
Yeah, every mind exists. Your mind and my mind continue to exist without the body. But with the Buddha and the Arahant, they don't reconnect with a new body. That's all.
Okay. That minds do exist.
Yeah, but we will still reconnect to a new body because we still have sensual cravings. So we need the body to access the sensual objects.
Okay.
So if you can get rid of all your sensual cravings, then you won't need to have a body. Then you won't reconnect with a new body when this body passes away.
Also, Thanajan, does it mean that it's possible for us to, for an Arahant to connect with the Buddha through the minds can connect? Maybe.
Not everyone. You
Not
have to have
everyone.
psychic power,
Okay.
and you might also have some special relationship with the Buddha in your past life. Maybe you were husbands and wives, or friends, or somebody that might have the cause for the Buddha or the Arahant to connect with you.
Okay. That happens in the spiritual realms. Okay.
That's right.
Okay, Tanajan. And my last question is, Tanajan, does a king or a head of state who declares war or orders attacks on a terrorist group violate the first precept?
Yes, you order killings. Whether you kill yourself or order people to do it for you, you're breaking the first precept of killing, of abstaining from killing.
But he means good by only what he wants to do is to control that terrorist group. But he means good through that, but still he violates the first precept.
Yeah, he became a terrorist himself. See.
Okay.
But you don't call him a terrorist, right?
Okay.
Those who kill are all terrorists.
Okay. Whether he's a head of state or otherwise, no?
Yeah, head of state, or sometimes if you work as a judge and you have to pass the judgment on a person, you might have to say you have to be killed. You know, this is also breaking the precept, even though you don't do the killing yourself, but you are instructing other people to do it for you.
Okay, Ajahn, thank you. That's all I have for today. Nice
Okay.
talking to you. Wish you good health and
All
happiness,
right.
Ajahn.
You're welcome. Next step from Oregon.
Hi there. How are you?
What's going on? Okay.
I have been doing a lot better. I noticed that I was overstimulating my brain by what I was paying attention to and listening to. So I've really taken it like way down, and I feel really good. Like I don't listen to any music with lyrics. I don't watch TV. My brain feels really calm. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, because when I talked to you last time, I was talking about how I was really like I was getting a lot of enjoyment out of like pleasant things, and I realized that evenness is kind of what I needed more. So I've been doing that.
Yes, being calm is better than any type of sensual pleasures.
Yes, yes. And I felt a lot more equanimity. It's just been really good. Yeah, it's just been really good.
Yeah, just keep doing it.
Now that I'm talking to you, I'm getting too excited, but usually I feel I don't seem very calm right now, but but yeah. Yes.
Okay, needs more practice. More
Yes.
mindfulness.
You still make me too excited, but yes. Okay. I appreciate you very much. I'm
Okay.
still practicing.
Yeah, just keep on practicing mindfulness. This is the key to peace and mental stability.
I do feel that I'm experiencing jhana because I'm experiencing a lot of equanimity. So I think the practice is on the right path.
That's right. Good.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Next, Apalachita from Dubai.
Good evening, Ajahn.
How are you?
Very well, and how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Great. I think I feel also a little bit like Steph when I talk to you. I'm a bit like like a little girl in school, but still, sometimes I don't have any questions because of that. But I was thinking, and since I listened to this, I thought I would ask you, would it be correct to say then that the 5 elements and the mind are always separate, but the illusion is that they are enmeshed?
They're not in the same
They're not.
environment. They're
Yes,
in
they're all.
two separate spaces.
Okay.
The body is in the physical world of the 4 elements.
Right.
The world that the body lives in are composed of the 4 elements. While the mind lives in a spiritual world, is in another world. But the mind can connect to the body through the vijnana, the consciousness. The mind can send the stream of consciousness to connect to the sensual organs of the body, like the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body, to be able to receive the sensual objects that come into contact with the body. And that's how the mind experiences. It's like a person watching a movie. The body is like is the actor on the screen, and the mind is just the audience watching but the mind can also manipulate the actor, tell the actor what to do on the screen, but they're not in the same place. anything happens to the body doesn't affect the mind. Whether the body get old, get sick, or die, doesn't change the mind, doesn't affect the mind anyway. What affects the mind is the mind's delusion to think that the body is itself and then start to react as if it's the body. See?
So like what? Okay.
See, like our mind think that this is the body is us, and so we anything happens in the body, we start to feel that it's happening to us. It's like you're watching a movie. Sometimes you immerse in the story in the movie, and you forget that you're just the watch. You're just the audience. You became the actor on the screen.
So we cry in movies.
That's right. Because you don't have mindfulness. You let your delusion, play you.
Okay. Right.
But if you sit back and pinch yourself and say, I'm just watching a movie, it's just a movie, it's not me.
Yes. Then you're like, wake up, wake
Yeah,
up.
wake up. But
Okay.
that's not the purpose of watching the movie, right? We want to immerse ourselves into a different world. We want to forget our present world, which may be full of dissatisfaction.
Right.
So we go to a movie and watch something more satisfying.
And then feel upset if the movie ending is not nice or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Or even watching everything around you. It's like watching a movie and you become immersed in them. When you see people having fire, having faced calamity, you start to feeling bad with them. But actually, there's nothing you can do. It's just like a movie you're watching.
Right.
So you have to practice a lot of equanimity just to remain aloof. Just be just a watcher, not an actor.
Right.
Then you would have no stress, no anxiety, no worry. Our purpose is to get rid of our anxiety, worry, and stress, and depression, and all the negative feelings that we can get rid of, because we're the one who creating them in the first place by our own delusion, not seeing the three characteristics of existence in everything. All right?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Next, Alfredo from Sao Paulo. Hi. What happened to Ubeka? He's not here anymore, huh?
No, I changed to tablet.
Oh, tablet, okay. Good.
Yes, in my PC, my name is Ubeka. In tablet, my name is Alfredo.
Okay.
I have several names, Bante.
Several
The
names,
Bante.
yeah. Okay.
My Theravada's name is Ananda.
Ananda.
Yes.
Good.
Bante, Myanmar's Bante. Bante Otaranayana Sayadaw gave yes, in ceremony. Then my name is Ananda. You gives me.
Did you
What?
go to Burma for this? Did you go to Burma to get this Ananda name?
No, in Brazil. He came to Brazil.
I see.
He invited me to go to Burma. He invites me a lot. He likes a lot of me. Yeah, it's possible, but it's possible. It's possible.
Maybe you come to Burma and visit Thailand also.
Oh, yes. I don't travel a lot, but I more practice.
Yeah, that's good.
Away from.
Yeah, you don't have to come. You don't have to travel.
No, I don't travel. Away from central places, but practice more.
Yeah, you should go inside more than going outside. Go inside your mind.
Yes, I live more in my mind, not body.
Yeah. Don't go out to the sensual objects.
No. Away from
The
sensual
Buddha said
pleasures.
they are like fire. Sensual objects are like fire, the Buddha said. Because
Yes.
when you see them, they can instigate the fire of greed, or the fire of hate, or the fire of delusion in your mind.
Yes. Let me see. Bon canoeing. Bon canoeing.
Bon knowing.
Yes. Bon.
What's that? Bon?
Bon is a dog. Bon.
Okay.
The meal to dogs. Bon. Do you know bon knowing? Eat bone.
Eat bone, dogs eat bone. It's like bone, they're bones. Yeah, okay.
Dogs. We eat dogs.
Yeah, it's no meat, right? You're trying to say that everything, sensual objects are like bone. There's no meat in them.
Yes, Buddha said that the sensual pleasures is the same
Like bones,
meat,
yeah.
bones. Yes.
Why jhana and nibbana is like meat, right?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of meal. A big meal.
Okay. So you better to eat meat, right? By meditation, right? Enter to jhana.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So you're doing okay. Your health is okay.
What? A little. I goes to medical. A little. I'm take care, but I'm take care. Cortisone is not so good to health, né, Bante? Cortisone.
Do you live alone, or you have a wife or somebody to live with?
No, Bante. No, I completely alone.
You live alone, good. Life. So you're like a monk. You live like a monk.
Difficult life, Bante. The Buddha's for asubas, paticula, and etc. Bante.
Okay, good.
Good. It's good, né? But a paticula and asubas.
Yes, it stop your cravings.
Yes, stop craving, né? But viraga, né?
Viraga.
Yes, it's important, né? It's important. But it's possible I travel, but it's possible. It's possible I travel.
I see.
To see.
You still have your motorcycle?
Yes, I have 4.
4?
Yes.
Are they all big bikes, big bicycle, or there's ordinary ones?
Yes, a big one big, less. Very good. But now in Brazil, it's very assaltos. Do you know assaltos? Robbers, né? Ai. Assalto. Assault.
No.
Assault of motorcycles. It's very dangerous to ride.
I see. Okay.
A very good assault. Robbers, né, Bante? Roubo de moto. Right.
So you're not riding anymore then?
Burglary.
Burglary, I see, okay. Thief.
Yes.
Stealing the bicycle.
Yes.
Okay.
Near is a lot. It's very dangerous.
So what do you keep them in your house?
Yes. In my house. Yes.
Okay. All right. Nice talking to you.
The life of away from sensual pleasure is a good life, né, Bante?
That's right. It's the best life, the Buddha say.
Yes.
Okay. Next.
I'm continuing.
All right. Next, Christine from Penang.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes. Have you gone back to the monastery yet? Not yet. Why not?
Celebrate Chinese New Year.
Oh, there's so many reasons for not going, huh?
I've been to share the information because my colleague would like to offer dana. I go there and just pay respect, not taking a precepts.
Mhm. You will have to come back. You have to come back and reborn again and again if you don't start keeping the 8 precepts.
Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, last time I was always in a monastery, even though the first day of Chinese New Year, and I follow one of the Longpo always bring us to graveyard and overnight there and do meditation and sleep and camp in graveyard, Chinese graveyard.
Great graveyard. Okay.
Ah.
It's a good place to meditate. It's quiet. Nobody
Yes.
around.
Yes, yes. Very cooling and a lot of stars. Very nice.
Mhm. But there are a lot of spirit also.
I talked to the spirit, I say, don't come and bother me. I share all my merits with you. Then at once, because I went many years, I mean, continuously every first of the Chinese New Year. So at once, I think they just bury the crops. I can smell very smelly.
Okay.
Yeah. Tanajan, you are Chinese, you are Teochew.
Both Cantonese and Teochew. My father is Teochew. My mother is Cantonese. But I don't speak any of them because we spoke Thai in the house, in the family. I spoke a little bit Teochew and Cantonese, but I haven't used it for a long time now. I forgot.
Tanajan, do you know Longpo Charon in Udon Thani?
Longpo Cha.
Charon, Longpo Charon.
No, I don't think so.
He is in Udon Thani.
Yes. Why is he visiting Penang right now?
Oh, no. Last year I went to Udon. I pay respect to him. Nearby Longpo Bumi there.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know too many other monks because I spend most of the time living alone and not visiting other places, so I don't get to know many monks.
But many monks know you.
Well, I don't know about that. But if they do, that's their business.
Because under Longtap Mahabua lineage, many people very well known.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. You don't plan to go back maybe in 2 years time, maybe hope that you can go in Udon.
Well, I haven't thought about going anywhere for a long time now.
Yeah. I hope that me and whoever maybe can go there and stay for real practice. Maybe you're from there.
It's better go to Nibbana.
That's for sure.
Yeah. And you don't have to be Udon. You can be there where you are now and you can get to Nibbana where you are.
Yes.
If you just stop your defilement, that's all.
Correct. At any time, anywhere.
Yes. Akaliko. Dhamma is akaliko. Not dependent on time or space.
Now I love to stay at home and alone. This Chinese New Year, when I go to meet several of my friends, I feel like Longpo, Tanajan say, stay at home. Stay alone.
Yes, seclusion, stay alone. And then your mind can become calm and peaceful and happy.
Yes, very contented.
Yes. Good. Okay. You have any question?
No. I just come in to pay respect to you and say happy Chinese New Year to you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Intan from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Oh, no, Ajahn, I don't have question. Ajahn, I want to apologize to Ajahn.
About what? About what?
Because I am not commitment and priority my job. So, because of my fault, I bothers a lot of people. I will remember it, and I don't do not do the same fault. Thank you, Prajat. Always help me when I do the wrong thing.
Okay. Good. So what else can you want to say or ask me anything?
Prajat, if I want to change, like Prajat always say, just sleep for 4 hours. Until now, I cannot do it. I still sleep about 6 until 7 hours a day. So in these 2 weeks, I changed. I try to sleep 4 hours, and also I try to eat just once a day, and also walk meditation about 2 hours, and also walking. Then in these 2 days, I feel my body is very weak. So I want to ask Prajat, when I want to change it, more better I change one by one, or I do it like now I practice.
Well, you just have to experiment, see what you can do. If you cannot do now, you have to be patient. You might have to develop more mindfulness, more equanimity before you can be able to abstain from sleeping and from eating. Yeah. But if your spiritual power is weak, then you will not be able to resist your defilement. So just be patient and try to slowly develop your spiritual power, your mindfulness, and your equanimity.
So no need to push my body.
Push your practice, push your mindfulness and equanimity.
Okay.
Then the other thing will come naturally after that. Is your mindfulness and equanimity that will make everything happen. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Understand, Prajat.
Okay. Is that
Okay.
all?
Yes.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Prajat.
You're welcome. Next, Mahesh. Hi, Mahesh. Is this your first time with us? Where are you from?
Hi, Tanajan. I'm from California, and I have visited like November along with the Aya Santusika's group to your monastery to Thailand. I have asked you a question about my spiritual progress, not saying progress, and you suggested that my mindfulness is weak, and asked me to do like daily, observing the body movements throughout the day. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I think I came in last November. Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So has the practice improved?
So I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to follow the body movements and all. I in the morning when I wake up, I do that for some time, but then later on during the day, I tend to forget, especially when I'm working on my computer or for the work, or when I go about the day, I tend to forget that. But whenever I remember, I try to especially when I'm driving, I try to just sometimes repeat Buddho, Buddho, or other times just try to observe, just be aware and observe what is going on. But throughout the day, watching the body movements is not happening. I do it in the morning when I wake up sometime, but otherwise it's not happening. Yeah.
You need to be alone to be able to practice mindfulness effectively. If you are involved with people or things, then you tend to lose your mindfulness. But that's normal. That's why you have to go into a retreat as often as possible. Whenever you have time, you don't have to do any work, then go into a retreat, whether at your house or at a monastery somewhere. So you can be alone and develop more mindfulness.
Okay.
So have you also meditate after you practice this mindfulness? Did you find your meditation improve?
So after the Thailand trip, I was here for in the US for about 3 weeks, and then I went to India for about 4 weeks, and then I came back. So after in India, I visited Bodh Gaya. So after I visited Bodh Gaya, when I came back, I'm noticing some improvement in my concentration during sitting, but it is still like it varies day to day. On some days, on good days, I keep coming back very quickly to breath, but then I get lost after 2 or 3 breaths. My mind get lost in a thought. It just latches onto a thought very quickly, but then I come back quickly if it is on a good day. So yeah, that's how it's going. I've not tried a lot
You
of
just have to
mindfulness.
accept that your practice is still up and down. So don't worry about it. Just keep doing more and more, and then your practice will be getting better and better as you move on. But you have to keep on practicing. Don't stop. Because when you stop, you will start to retreat. And then when you come back and start again, it might take a lot harder, might be a bit harder than if you do it every day.
Okay.
So try to maintain the pace of your practice. Don't reduce, but increase it if you can, or maintain it.
Yeah, so I do it like 2 times, once in the morning and once in the evening for 40 minutes each. Do you suggest any other? And also, I'm trying to do the mindfulness.
Mindfulness all the time, as much as possible, and meditation also as much as possible whenever you have the time.
Okay. I have another question. So how can I follow as a layperson? How can I follow Vinaya, especially the precepts, kind of equivalent of precepts that monks have in my lay life? What are the things
You
that I
don't
can do?
need to follow the monks' precepts. Just keep the 8 precepts. That's all you need as a householder.
Right, but if I want to practice more, like not the exact precepts that monks have, not the 227 precepts, but anything equivalent that we can do in our lay life, along with following the 8 precepts, what we can do.
Well, they're pretty much a lot of monks' rule are not much more about etiquette, about having to walk or to sit and stand, to talk, to eat. We have a specific way of doing it. That's all. But the main precept are the 8 precepts or the 5 precepts. That's really important that you have to keep. If you want to keep the monastic, you have to go live in a monastery with the monks. If you don't, then you don't need to. You don't have to.
Like if during the day, if I ensure like I'm maintaining the sense restraint and also not trying to talk much, yeah, that will that help the concentration during the meditation?
Yes, not to engage in conversation. not to engage with people, don't mingle or don't do any things with other people. Try to stay alone as much as possible. Because when you engage with people, you have to use your thoughts, and this can cause the mind to become irritated or agitated. So if you can avoid contact with people, then you don't have to talk with them, so you don't have to think. Then you won't cause the mind to become agitated. And it's easier for you to maintain mindfulness when you're alone than when you're involved with people or things. So you should go live in a monastery for a while if you want to try this experience.
Yeah, I mean, I have family, I have wife and children, so like, yeah, at least for some time till the
Maybe you
children.
can just go on the weekend. There's a monastery nearby in San Diego. Have you heard of Ajaan Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in the
Yeah,
north,
even
in the north of San Francisco, Apayakiri.
yeah, I went to Abhayagiri a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay.
So going to monastery as frequently as possible is good, right? That's what you recommend.
Yes, it's a good recommendation.
Okay.
Because you're closer to the monks and you'll be practicing like a monk do.
Okay.
But if you live with your family, you cannot keep the monastic code.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Just one other question. I follow the breath at my abdomen. I follow the abdominal movements. Is it important to follow at the nostrils? Because I try to observe at the nostrils, but I cannot feel anything. So I'm trying to follow at the abdominal movements.
You can choose whichever one you want. You can watch the abdomen or you can watch the nose. It's up to you, which is more apparent to you. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Tanajan.
All right. Next, Justine. Where are you from? I forgot. Also from California. Justine, can you unmute your microphone? Okay.
Hi, good evening, Ajahn. Yes, I'm in California right now.
Which part, north or south?
North, near
North,
the San Francisco Bay Area.
Mhm.
Yes. So I have a few questions about insight investigation. So after the mind calms down, like how does one go about investigating the non-self nature of the mind and body? Do we follow the Satipatthana Sutta?
Well, when you meditate and your mind becomes calm, you don't investigate yet. You wait until you want to keep the mind calm for as long as possible. Okay. This is the purpose of meditation, to keep the mind still for as long as possible. Because the longer you keep the mind calm, the more you will have equanimity. So you need to, when you meditate, you don't worry about investigation at all. You only do investigation after you finish your meditation, when you come out of your meditation. When you want to study first the nature of the body. There are three things that we have to study. First the body, then the feelings, then the mental states. This is contained in the four foundation of mindfulness. So you can go to the body first and study, is the body permanent or not permanent? You can ask this question. And you can see that it's not permanent because it's constantly changing from birth to death, from birth to aging, sickness, and death. And it's anatta, it's not under anybody's control. No one can stop this process of the body. So this is the first thing they want to study, the anicca, anatta nature of the body. You get dukkha because you want to change the body. You want to control the body, but you cannot. If you don't want to get dukkha, then you don't want to control the body. You have to accept the body for what it is. Then next you want to study the repulsive nature of the body by studying the 32 parts of the body, or the 10 corpses. This is what will happen to the body when it dies. so that you can see that the body is not really attractive at all when you see these things inside the body or the future of the body. This will reduce your sexual attraction toward other people's body. When you investigate, you don't investigate just your own body, you investigate everybody's body also. We are all the same as far as our bodies are concerned. It's anicca, impermanent, it's anatta, no self, it's repulsive, it's not attractive. So this is the first goal of investigation, to let go of your attachment to the body, so that you will not suffer when anything happens to your body. Okay, then you go to feelings. The nature of feeling is the same as the body. It has three characteristics. It's impermanent. It's constantly changing from good feeling to bad feeling to neutral feeling, back and forth. And you cannot control them. They come as they like. They have conditions that cause them to appear. And when the condition disappear, then this feeling will also disappear. So you have to see it as being anatta, no self. It's like a natural phenomena. So you must not want to control your feelings, because when you try to control it, you can get dukkha, because when you cannot control. Like when you have painful feeling and you want to get rid of it, then you can get dukkha from wanting to get rid of the painful feeling. But if you understand that this is the nature of feeling, you cannot change it, you just accept it, then you won't get any dukkha from the painful feeling. After you can understand the nature of feeling and let go of your attachment, then you will have no dukkha regarding the nature of the feeling. Whatever types of feeling you come across, your mind can remain aloof, remain separated. And then you study the mental state. They also like the feeling. They're changing all the time. Sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you have a bad day. Sometimes your mind is peaceful and calm, sometimes your mind is irritated, restless, and so forth. So you have to understand that these are things that keep changing in your mind, and they are caused by conditions that are not under your control. Conditions like the sensual objects that you come across with, or the thought that you keep thinking about things. This can have effect on the mental state. It keeps changing, and you cannot tell it to be calm and peaceful all the time. If you want to control it, and when you cannot control it, then you can get dukkha. If you don't want to have any dukkha, then you just leave it alone, accept it for what it is.
Yes. And also how to not just let the mind have a thorough understanding of the Dhamma, but also let the heart to know the Dhamma through directly experiencing it.
Can you repeat that question again?
Yes. How can we not just let the mind have a thorough understanding of the Dhamma, but also let the heart to know the Dhamma through directly
The heart and the mind is the one and the same thing. We just use it for under different circumstances. Normally, when we talk about thinking, thoughts, we refer to it as the mind. But when we think about emotion, we're talking about the heart. But it's the same thing. The mind and the heart is the same person.
Yes. I guess so. When we're investigating, should we use the analytical part of the mind, or, what I'm thinking is that how do we make those things that we realized?
You want to use you have to analyze in order for you to be able to change your emotional things. When you see things as they are, then you can get rid of all the emotional part. The emotion arises from your delusion, from your craving, and from your greed and hatred. But when you see things truly as being natural phenomena, and you stop all your greed, hatred, and delusion, then there will be no emotion left in your mind or your heart.
Right. So I understand the Dhamma like logically and by mind, but sometimes, when things come up, I'll lose my equanimity because I think the heart doesn't know it as well.
No, when you lose equanimity, it means you lose your mindfulness. So you have to regenerate your mindfulness right there and then by reciting the mantra Bhutto Bhutto.
Okay. So the investigation, the realization of the truth is little by little, right? So we have to spend a lot of time investigating all
Well,
aspects of.
it depends on your intelligence. Huh? Some people can analyze it quickly, and some people take a lot of time to understand things. That's why we have people becoming enlightened sooner or later. Like when the Buddha first gave his first Dhamma talk, only one could understand what the Buddha was talking about. One became a Sotapanna, while the other four still not being a Sotapanna. But after they have some more time to think about it, then they eventually become a Sotapanna. So the ability to understand things varies from person to person. See?
Yes. So the purpose of keeping the mind calm for as long as possible is to let the heart to understand the Dhamma and on a
Not
deeper
understand,
level.
but let the heart and the mind have the equanimity, the ability to resist your defilement when they come up.
Okay.
And contemplating is teaching the mind the truth and true nature of the body, the feeling and the mental states. once you truly see them as being a natural phenomena, then you know you cannot do anything. You just have to accept them for what they are. Like accepting the weather. They are like the weather. That's the goal. If you can see the body, feeling, and the mental state as the weather, then you're free from suffering. Because we don't suffer from the weather, right? We accept the weather. Whether it's snowing or whether it's raining or flooding, we have to accept them. What can we do? Same way with the body, the feeling, and mental state. They keep changing. We have to accept them, but we don't want them to change. We want them to be in a good thing, good feeling, good state of mind, and body healthy and strong. But these are not things that is possible for us to control. See, our stress and suffering come from our desire to control the body, the feeling, and the mental states. Because we don't see them as being a natural phenomena, like the weather.
Yeah,
So,
intellectually we understand, but intuitively sometimes
well, you have
we
to
still
put
get that
yourself
truth.
into practice. You have to go live, get out of your comfort zone and go live in the forest, be a monastic. This is where you experience the real thing. Right now, you're living in a comfort zone and you only study it intellectually, not in real time, in real terms. You have to expose yourself to the real truth.
Okay, yes, thanks. So, what other subjects should we, also investigate aside
That's all
from?
you need to investigate, just the three objects, the body, feelings, and mental state. But before you can do it effectively, you need to develop a lot of equanimity through meditation and mindfulness.
Yeah.
You should be able to enter into jhana anytime and stay there for a long time. And you can do this all day long, from morning to the time you go to sleep. And once you have this ability, then you can then go and study the nature of the body, the feelings, and the mental states. And after that, you have to you have to go face the real thing. Expose your body to aging, sickness, and death. And see how your mind react, whether your mind still cling to the body or not. So it's a lot of work, not just meditation, mindfulness. and contemplation. These are just preparing yourself for the examination. When you face the real thing, when you face the body becoming old or getting sick or dying, then see how your mind react to this situation. Okay. Mindfulness and meditation and contemplation are the tools for the mind to use when it comes to face with reality.
Okay, I'll
All
try to
right?
practice.
Okay.
Thank you
So right now, practice to prepare yourself for the tool. You don't have any tool right now. So when you come face to face with aging, sickness, and death, you will fail the experiment, the examination. You have dukkha. You get dukkha when you come to face with aging, sickness, and death. So you need to have the tools, preparation, like mindfulness, meditation, jhana, equanimity, and contemplation on the three characteristics of existence. Then when you have these two, then when you come face to face with aging, sickness, and death, you can apply, you can let go of your body. You let go of your attachment to the body.
Yes, not only the attachment to the body, but also attachment to feelings.
Feeling and mind, but you do step by step, one at a time.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, yes, thanks. So for beings, in the rupa realms, do they also have body?
The rupa and arupa realm there's no body because the mind doesn't need the body. The mind doesn't need the body. It's only in the sensual realm. That's when the mind needs the body.
Right.
If the mind has no sensual cravings, then it doesn't need a body. Then it can exist in the rupa realm and arupa realm, in which you use rupa jhana or arupa jhana as the means of making you happy.
Yes, but they also have the mind, so they also have feelings, perceptions,
When you're in
sankhara.
rupa jhana, everything subsides, everything just remains. You just remain calm and peaceful until your mindfulness run out of steam. Then you're pushed to return and reborn as a human again. But you want go after sensual objects when you are human. You go to a monastery and practice more jhana. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ajahn.
Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. I have no questions, just here to pay respect to you.
Okay.
And wish you happy New Year.
Okay, thank you. Next, Julia from Colorado. Can you speak louder, please?
Sawadika.
Okay, good.
I just come to pay respect. Just
Okay.
listen.
How's the weather? Good? Cold or not cold?
It was below 0 Fahrenheit last week, and yesterday it was 60 Fahrenheit, which is very
Quite a big swing, huh?
yeah, unusual warmth for early February.
Mhm. Maybe of the global heating, huh? What you
Yeah, I
call
think,
it. It cause a big swing of the weather.
yeah, the weather, inner and outer.
Climate change. Anicca, anatta.
But then, see, we do have effect on this weather.
Yeah, but we cannot change it because it's not only one of us. It's millions of us that are causing this, and we cannot get 1 million people to agree to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we look at it as part of the natural phenomena. We human beings are natural phenomena also. We are contributing to a natural change of things in nature.
Yeah. The natural phenomena of greed and non-cooperation. Oh, oh. Okay, be very well and safe, Ajaan Suchart.
Okay, you have no question.
Mm.
You still keep on practice. You still practice.
I'm practicing. I try just 2 times each day, and then I have a certain type of precepts that end in right livelihood and ajivata,
Samachivo, samachivo.
yeah,
Right livelihood.
yeah, and so there are 8. I have some external life stressors right now, so
You should practice more samasati, sama mindfulness, right mindfulness.
yeah, okay, okay,
Keep reciting mantra. Yeah. This can calm you down.
okay, more sati.
More sati all day long.
Oh, okay, sati. Okay, good. That's a good
Okay.
prescription.
Yeah. That's the practice I'm talking about is mindfulness. Try to practice mindfulness all day long if it's possible.
I'll try.
Or whenever you remember that you have to practice it, then start reciting the mantra. And see how long it lasts. Maybe a few seconds, a few minutes, and it's gone again. And you're immersed in some other thoughts.
I have a pushing, pulling feeling about the mantra because when the mind is calm, then the mantra feels like extra manufacturing. And
Yes, when it's calm, you don't need the mantra. It's only when you're agitated that you need the mantra.
I see. Okay. Yeah, because okay.
You use the mantra to calm the mind. Once the mind is calm, then you can stop the mantra. It's only when the mind is not calm that you use the mantra. Okay. Get it? Okay. Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Thanks, Ajaan. I
What is
like to
this?
learn orange.
Okay, thank you. It's in the evening. I cannot take it now. You have to give me in the morning. I
Morning.
cannot eat oranges tonight. It's against the
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you anyway. You got any question?
I just listened to what you told in Tan, like maybe have obstacles like craving and clinging, like these are very much imprint that we have. Continuing practice mindfulness and seeing as it is. And does it apply for me also?
Everything, see everything as it is, then you have no dukkha. It's not seeing everything as it is that makes you have dukkha. You want to change things. And when you cannot change them, then you get dukkha. Okay. All right, no more question.
It's a practice. Yeah, a lot more. I try to keep the mind a bit happy. Like just soak in the festive joy, watching lion dance, as well as essential short happiness. yeah, trying to raise the energy up using this manner, Ajahn. Probably not very wise, but
because it's temporary. It's not
yes.
permanent. Once it's gone, then you feel bad again. So you should use mindfulness instead. Mindfulness will keep you good, feeling good all the time. Okay.
I do a lot more chanting.
While chanting, while meditating, while walking meditation. Okay.
I'm wishing you good health.
Okay,
And
thank you.
yes, and stay and continue to teach us Dhamma.
Okay. Thank
Xin
you.
khỏe lợi.
All right, I'll go to Ricardo now. Ricardo from Uruguay. It's a bit difficult for me to pronounce.
You're away, or you're something like that. Nice to meet you, Ajahn. Thanks for all your teachings. I was thinking that what you taught to Justin, it was all the Dharma in 5 minutes. Panya. Thank you, Ajahn.
Samadhi also, mindfulness also, samasati, sama samadhi, and panya, samadhi.
Thank you. I just want to share that we are in summertime. Today is very hot. It's about 40 centigrade, 40 here in Uruguay. And
that's your summer, right? You're in the middle of summer.
Right, in the middle of the summer. And sometimes it's hard to understand how some parts of the earth is very cold and we are very hot. But it's changing, anatta, and anicca anatta.
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to ask you 2 questions. The first one is about emptiness and some, as I understand, it's not self, something like not self, and also like everything does not have how do you say, nothing is permanent, everything is changing. But I'd like to know, how do you understand, how can I apply or practice emptiness, please?
Well, emptiness means to be empty of defilement. That's what it is. You know, empty of greed, hate, and delusion. That's all you need to do. Other thing you can keep, but you don't want to keep the defilement in your mind. You can still keep your Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, and Vijnana because you cannot get rid of them. It's part of the mind. But you can get rid of the defilement, the greed, hate, and delusion by using wisdom and samadhi. Once there is no greed, hate, and delusion in the mind, become empty of delusion, empty of defilement, empty of suffering, empty of stress. That's what it means as far as the mind is concerned, being empty. That's what we call nibbana, the supreme emptiness.
Okay.
Emptiness can have so many other different meaning, but our concern is keeping the mind empty of defilement. That's all that we have to worry about.
The other question is more about translations, and in English it's used the term or word realization of nirvana, and it's hard to translate from Pali to English, from English to Spanish. And is it like to experience? Is it, I don't know how to.
To make it happen, that's what it means. Realization means to make it happen, to make things happen.
Make it happen.
Makes nirvana happen. By getting rid of
Okay.
all your defilement, that's all. When there are no defilement left in your mind, then nirvana appears in your mind.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Simple, huh?
Yeah. First time I ever heard a precise translation.
Yeah, you have to do the practice to understand this thing. If you don't do
Yeah,
the
I know.
practice, then you don't know what realization means.
Right.
And you
I
get
don't
lost in
even
the
understand
you
the
get-
word.
Yeah, you get lost in the meaning of the translation of the word. But when you actually see it yourself, then it's easy to understand the word.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Yes. 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 Yes.
By becoming realizing that you become a millionaire, right? You have to make it happen, not just by thinking about it.
I am a millionaire. I'm here today.
Have you realized that yet?
Yeah.
Or just a
I
thought?
will make it happen. Yeah.
Okay, that clears your doubt now.
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay.
Thank
Anything
you.
else?
No, thank you, John. Thank you.
Okay.
Be
I'll go to
well, please.
Next, Daniel, you're walking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Very good.
It's nice to see you again.
Yes, where are you from?
I'm here in Keller, Texas. I just met you like
Oh, yes,
a week
yeah,
ago.
a week ago. Okay, I remember.
So I guess not really my question, but as I've returned back to America, I've come back to that conclusion that I want to return back to Thailand, and I know that I have a blessed life here, but I know these things are just possessions, and I've only been back a few days, but I believe in my heart that I'm coming right back. And so my I don't know if that's a question, but I'm conflicted because I know it's going to hurt people when I go back to Thailand, and it might be permanently, but I'm not conflicted about me leaving. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel bad because I'm hurting people, but my heart and everything tells me that's where I need to be. And I'm just confused. And I know, as the Dhamma teaches me, that it shouldn't matter where I am. I'm conflicted. I have a wonderful, Prabhu in Arlington that you introduced me to. I care for him, and I feel I have work that's needed to be done there. But when I'm in Thailand and I'm studying and I'm doing stuff, I feel that's where I should be. So I don't know if there's
That's
a question in
fine.
there.
It doesn't mean that will be permanent. See, you can study here, and after you graduate, then you still can go back to Texas and meet all your friends there.
Yes. I just feel like this move to Thailand is more permanent. I feel that this is the this stage of my life as I get older, and I've been retired for a few years, that this is where I want to live. I've just never felt such love and compassion and just the feeling of safety as when I'm in Thailand compared to being here in America.
But this is a lot of impression for a lot of people. But after they stay for a while, their impressions can change, because reality is not what you think it is. And a lot of them decide to go back home also.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I know my first trip to Thailand last year is where I knew I wanted to go see Asia, and then after being there, I realized I had this feeling, and so when I came back on this trip to try to answer those questions, I kind of feel I have, or I should say I have. There's no doubt about it. I've only been home for 5 or 6 days, and right now I think I'm going to return next week. So again, when I met you, and you asked me, do I have any questions? And I was so overwhelmed with being at your, at your temple. I'm just conflicted because I'm not really, I don't know if I'm supposed to be concerned with other people's feelings, because my heart's not here. I'm not happy here, and I know that my happiness should not depend on my location. My happiness is going to be from within, and so I'm conflicted.
Well, what other people feel, you cannot stop them from feeling. They can be some might feel happy getting rid of you. You never know.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the near future, and to spending more time at your temple. But I do thank you for your time today.
Okay, you're welcome. Good luck to
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Next, B. Ravin from Bangkok.
Hi, good evening, Ajaan. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, okay, I'm okay. Thank you.
So last week I was celebrating Chinese New Year.
Again?
And so yeah, last week, Chinese New Year. And so I wasn't in.
Then you have to celebrate Valentine's Day pretty soon.
No, I usually don't celebrate it. I think it's just it's just hyped up for people to spend more money. So Prajaan, I have 2 questions today. The first question is on having empathy and having ubeka. So sometimes I like to help people, but where do I draw the line between helping others but also letting go and just letting things be?
You help people when you can. When you cannot, then you have to let go. So it depends on your ability and the person's ability to receive your help also. Sometimes they don't want your help, so what can you do? Then you just have to let go, right?
Yes.
Some people are proud and they don't want to be helped, so you cannot help them. And some other people want you to help, but you cannot give them all what they want either. So you have to draw the line somewhere. You can only give so much, right? Because you only have so much. So you have to use this as a criteria of deciding when to stop and when not to stop.
Yes, because if we try too hard, we get dukkha. If we don't try at all, we
You
feel
feel
bad
guilty.
as well.
You feel guilty.
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's sort of a dilemma that I've faced, over the past few months, but I haven't really addressed it. So I thought I would seek your advice on that.
There's a saying they say, let your conscience be your guide. When you want to help people or do things for people, let your conscience to be your guide. How much you want to help them, it's up to you.
Oh yes. Now that Prajaan, you mentioned it, that quote's actually from Disney.
From Disney, huh? Walt Disney?
I think it was from Pinocchio. Let your conscience be your guide. So thanks for
I
reminding
never
me.
watched that movie.
But you're right. I use moderation.
Yeah, middle path, middle way.
Yes. And my my second question is, Prajaan, you mentioned about the body being what's keeping us tied to the sensual realm. If we are able to get rid of all our sensual pleasures, we still have to be reborn as in the rupa or arupa realm. Well, why is that? Is it because rupa and arupa realm is also impermanent, despite not having a body?
There are three types of cravings that we have in the mind. First, the sensual cravings. Then we have the craving for the rupa jhana and the craving for the arupa jhana. So in order for us to get rid of the sensual cravings, we need to develop rupa jhana or arupa jhana as an alternative. So we get rid of, so we can get rid of our sensual pleasures, cravings, because we can rely on rupa jhana or arupa jhana as a mean of keeping us happy. But once we have get rid of these cravings for sensual pleasures, if we still use the rupa jhana or rupa jhana for our pleasure, we are stuck in the rupa or arupa form of existence. And when we run out when the jhana run out, then we have to reborn as human to refill the jhana again. If we don't want to reborn as human, we have to get rid of our attachment to the rupa jhana or arupa jhana, because we can exist without the jhana and be happy. But we don't know that. See, it's only the Buddha who had discovered this, and he tells us, once you have got rid of your cravings for sensual pleasure, you have to next you have to give up your craving for rupa jhana or arupa jhana if you want to not reborn again in the three realms of existence. And not having any craving at all will be much better than have cravings, because what you crave for is only temporarily. They can only give you temporary pleasure, not permanent pleasure. But not having any cravings in your mind, this is a permanent pleasure. Because when there are no craving, then your mind becomes perfectly still all the time.
So despite us using jhana to attain tranquility and equanimity, it is still a defilement within itself if overused.
It's just like medicine. When you use medicine to cure your disease, once you finish, you want to stop taking the medicine, right? Not become addicted to the medicine. Sometimes people get addicted to the medicine. So the medicine itself become a cause of another illness. So you have to know the purpose of using the rupa jhana and arupa jhana to help you get rid of your cravings for sensual pleasure. Once you have got rid of the sensual pleasure, then you want to stop using the rupa jhana or rupa jhana. And when you can get rid of this craving for the rupa jhana or rupa jhana, then your mind become perfectly still, perfectly peaceful, permanently peaceful. This is what we call nibbana.
So jhanas can cause stress in the mind, even though it's a very fine.
Not jhana that causes the stress. It's the craving for jhana that causes stress.
Oh, okay.
Because jhana is impermanent, it's temporary, it doesn't last forever. You go into jhana, you find peace and happiness. After you come out of jhana, that peace and happiness is also gone. And then it leaves you feeling empty. So you have more craving for more jhana. But you keep repeating this cycle. It's like addiction to drugs. So even jhana are considered to be like drugs also, addictive. So you must give it up. To be free from addiction is better than to be addicted, right? Okay.
Yes.
When you have no addiction, then you feel free, your mind become peaceful, nothing to push you, cause you to feel any stress or depression.
Yes,
But
Ajahn, you're right.
But first get rid of your craving for sensual pleasure first, by developing jhana or rupa jhana. Then you can rely on rupa jhana or rupa jhana for your happiness. Then you can get rid of your sensual pleasures. You can become a monk and live like a monk. Then if you don't want to come back and reborn as in the Rupa realm or Rupa realm, then you have to give up your craving for the jhanas. Then your mind will be free from addiction. Then the mind will be permanently peaceful and happy. Doesn't have to go after anything anymore. You don't have to go after craving. You don't have to go after sensual pleasure. You don't have to go after Rupa jhana. You don't have to go after Arupa jhana. You can be happy without them. That's Nibbana, see. No rebirth. But once you get to rebirth, when there are no cravings left in your mind, then there are no cause for your rebirth to come up. Understand?
Yes, Prajan, I will keep practicing regularly and work on it step by step.
So right now you have to stop your craving for sensual pleasure first by developing jhanas to replace it. Once you have got rid of your craving for sensual pleasure, then you have to stop your craving for the jhanas. If you want to be totally free from addiction, don't be addicted to the drugs that you use to get rid of your other problem. Once your other problem is fixed, then you also have to stop using the drugs altogether. Okay.
Crystal clear, Prajan. Thank you so much for your teachings.
All right. Let me see who's next on the Mandy Smith from Niagara Falls. Hi, Mandy. Long time no see.
Wonderful to see you. I have been watching. I am making progression in my own path and no medication. Last week, or it was 2 weeks ago now, it began, I got the flu or COVID, and it got pretty bad. I was getting lots of body pains that were in the nervous system along the spine and things. And I was continuing to try to practice meditation during those times and just sit with it. Although it became so overwhelming at times. You know, I was crying or moaning with the pain. I decided to take a little bit of Tylenol and to shake it. But at those times, like you were saying earlier, it's the most challenging to try and overcome that. And at the time, bad thoughts, anything from past will also come up at those times. And I knew to also thank everybody that I may have upset or been affected. I know it's kind of unusual, and I think that they might feel the same, but some people were very appreciative, and I know that like some of the other people said, this is in my heart, this is what I go to, this is what I do to eliminate pain and suffering is the meditation, and there's nothing else that can change my mind about that being certain. I'm also taking a course from our city's mental health about letting go and analyzing emotions, and they prefer that we are seeking pleasures and making ourselves happy as much as possible. And it their modalities never connect with this Buddhist thought that always comes back up to me, and they say to be using your emotions to relay messages to other people. But if we're maintaining our equanimity, there would be no emotion to be showing to the other people to let them know that we're happy with what they're saying or we're sad with what they're saying. Like there's this expectation of, oh, or oh my gosh, or I don't, and so I'll get a bit confused. I know in my heart that there doesn't need to be that to another person. I feel to get messages across. Like you wouldn't need to smile for me to know that you're here and caring. Or so this is a thought I've had. If I followed the doctors and society's ways, it would be feeling like I have gone backwards. And that's how I felt over the past few months or previous year when I've kind of been away. And I know that this is where my heart is, and this is what makes most intellectual sense. Or I don't know if you have any comments on that.
Well, if it's possible, you should stick to the Buddha's teaching and deal the stress with Dhamma practice, not with medication.
Yeah.
Your stress that caused by your expectation or cravings. So you have to stop this expectation or craving by first using mindfulness, such as a mantra, to calm your mind down, to have equanimity, and not worry about what other people think about you. Because it's not their business anyway. It's the stress is in yourself, and you have to deal with it yourself, not other people.
Yes.
And once you know how to stop the stress by mindfulness, the next step is to study the nature of the stress that caused by your craving for things which you cannot control, like your painful feeling of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to accept that, okay, if the painful feeling arises, just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can reduce the stress in your mind. And then you won't feel as stressful or painful as before. You will only experience only half of the pain, which is the physical pain, but not the mental pain. If you can stop your mind from craving, but from desiring for the physical pain to go away, just leave the physical pain alone. Let it come and go as it's by itself.
Yeah.
Then you can reduce the majority of your stress, which is in your mind.
I have.
Then you won't feel affected by the painful feeling of the body.
Yep. That is clear. I understand. And I understand with anicca, dukkha, anatta. I do understand that.
Just applying it is difficult. Try to use it is difficult. You forget when you become stressful or painful, you forget the mindfulness. You forget the remedy, the right remedy.
Yes, I would say that I have come to understand that is the remedy. I understand that my mind power has not gotten to the level to overcome it without taking the Tylenol.
Yes, because you lack practice. You have to practice a lot before you can use it effectively. So
this week
so try to develop as much mindfulness as you can.
Mm-hmm. I've pretty much shed a lot of things in my life, and even the boyfriend I had, we're just mutual friends living together. I don't have a craving for any sexual desire. I haven't had that in a long time, and I don't see it coming up in my life at all. And to me, this is right, and I have been told it's wrong, right? And so it gets so mentally confusing to try to live Western life. I mean, this week I'm going to go to Wat Ratchadam in Niagara Falls for meditation practice, although I know it can be done here. They don't have a program for accepting monks or nuns. They do have 2 monks there. I've gone to the point of, in the past couple years, I went out to Nova Scotia and was in the forest, and I had shaved my head. I had given up all of my possessions. It did not make me upset. It was freeing. And the only thing that has brought me back full circle has been what society demands or expects. Am I just too naive about wanting to comply?
Well, you have to ask yourself, can society help you when you have stress? No one can help you but yourself.
Hasn't. And as far as stress goes, the only stress being created is from that, from society. It's not. My mind could be equanimous, if that's a word, and
why not remain equanimous rather than become stressful?
Exactly.
So yes, you have to ask yourself, what do you want, equanimous or stress?
Yeah.
So you get what you go after. You go after stress, you get stress. You go after equanimity, you get equanimity. So you have to decide.
I guess my question would be, what would be the next step for my practice besides continuing?
Look at the Buddha. Look at the Buddha, for example. He give up society and go live as a homeless. And he became free from all stress that way.
Yeah.
If he remains with society, he will be stressful until the day he dies.
Yeah.
So what do you want?
I agree.
Okay.
Where to seek that here, and should it be just if I can find any Buddhist female teacher to follow, or?
It depends on what you need. If you still think you need a teacher, then you will have to be near a teacher. But if you think you can be your own teacher, then you don't need to have a teacher. Or you can use the Buddha as your teacher, or our meeting here as your teacher.
Right. Okay. I'll keep it up then.
Yeah.
I'll probably stop that course.
Follow the Buddha. Look at the Buddha, for example. The Buddha gave up society, gave up everything in exchange for Nibbana.
Yeah.
For peace, eternal peace and happiness.
It makes complete sense to me.
All right, good.
Thank you.
All right, you're
Thank
welcome.
you for.
Okay, happy to see you again.
Glad to see you as well. Please take care, everyone.
Take care. Good luck. Next, Piao and Indira from Toronto.
Good morning
Good
from
morning.
Toronto, Ajaan.
It's a snowy day today, snowing outside.
Yeah, it's cold. Huh?
Yeah.
It's hot. It's 40 in Uruguay and it's snowing in Toronto.
Yeah.
What a world we live in, huh?
Yeah.
It's very, very cold.
I want to quickly show the snow falling.
Okay, it's falling right now. Huh?
Yes.
I see. Thank you for the treat. Okay.
Can you see anything? Maybe?
Yeah, it's still kind of black and white out there. No color.
No color. That's
Yeah.
right. Anyway, so thank you for the beautiful discussion today. And Indy has something to say, I think. Yes. Yeah. We are home today.
Yes, we're home, Ajaan, because it's Pia's birthday today. So I told him not to work today. So we are going to the temple and we offered dana all in Sri Lanka to the monks as well as to the Toronto Mahavihara. So we feel blessed, yes, happy.
Work-free day.
Good. You need time off.
Yes. And the evening also we are going to the other temple, Mississauga temple. We do daily.
That's the morning goal today.
Yes.
Extra meditation.
Good.
Yes, Ajaan.
Did you say you have any question you want to ask?
No, I was listening to a previously person saying about, my problem too. Like I try to stay equanimous on most occasions, but sometimes me too, I get, especially people close to me, like I get emotionally driven sometimes too. So is the best thing at that moment is to say Buddha, 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 and to get back to your mindfulness?
That's right. Then you can get back to your equanimity.
Yes.
You can chant other verses if you like. Anicca, dukkha, anatta, buddhang, dhammang, saranang, gacchami. Or anything just to keep your mind busy, away from the source of the stress.
Yes. Yes, I try saying Itipiso Bhagava, I chant it and then like I feel more peaceful too. So I guess that's fine too.
That's fine too, yes. Anything. To keep your mind away from the thought about the thing that causing you the stress.
Yeah, that's the nimitta. Like you're holding on to the object, then you're going to keep going. The nimitta.
You have to use mindfulness to separate your mind from it.
Yes, the sign.
Yes, I have come to understand that.
I think the more practice you have with equanimity, I guess you have that even during day-to-day life, I believe, or some people have it naturally, but you can practice even a little bit of equanimity just helps us so much in the normal life.
Yes. You're not so much taxed by what you see or hear.
Yes, Ajaan, yes. Especially like with my mother, that's one of the biggest, like now she doesn't understand most things and there's a little bit of dementia. So it kind of really, Pial is very good at it. He's very equanimous, but me.
Because it's not my mother, it's her mother.
Yeah, so I get that attachment and everything. Yes.
I'm just outsider, looking from outside. Chitta, like, okay, it's happening.
But at least I'm glad I know it. But as I said, like I always listen to you saying Buddha, Buddha. But for me, when I chant, it is from my very small age, like I used to do that. So that comes naturally and it helps so much. Yes. So I just wanted to clarify with you. Thank you, Ajaan.
Yes, you can use any verses that you can remember and recite.
Ajaan, a question came up, I think, about the attachment to Rupa and Arupa jhana. These are the fetters which comes, the last 5 fetters. So we really don't, unless you're an anagami, we really don't need to worry about Rupa Raga, Arupa Raga, because that's a past.
You need sensual. It. You need Rupa jhana, Arupa jhana to fix your cravings for sensual pleasure first.
Yes. It's like a cocaine addict. We have a cocaine addict, we give methadone, then you get stuck to methadone. Then people, idea is to reduce the methadone dose over time. But I have lots of patients who get addicted to methadone. They
eventually have to give up methadone.
Yeah. So it's unless they taper it down, but you can't. Other question I have is now the jhanas, does it immediately remove your sensual, replace it, or it's gradual over time? The jhanas become very powerful and becomes the source of your feeding. Then you can get off your sensual feeding. Or does it happen? It's a gradual thing, or does it happen as soon as you hit the jhana, sensual is no more?
When you enter into jhana, then there's no sensual pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind doesn't think about sensual pleasures. But this is temporarily, see. When you come out of jhana, your sensual desire can come up. Then you have to use wisdom to get rid of it permanently by telling yourself that the jhana and the sensual objects are temporarily. They are anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Okay.
If you still crave for them, you will get dukkha sooner or later from them.
Yeah, just like the metaphor somebody, I think Pekka used, like licking a bone, right?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. So these are temporary. But does it, my question is, so, I mean, you understand within the jhana, it's, but when you come out, as you say, your habits, the nature of your habits is sensual desire. Habits like your ashrava kicks in, and then again, sensual desire kicks in. But it's an inferior pleasure, but you still, because of the habits you cling on to, you want more. But once the jhana pleasures are very, very high, you don't think, what's the point, right? Is that the way? It's gradual, kind of like a methadone? Just you have to taper it down.
Well, you use it first, because if you cannot use wisdom, then you have to rely on the jhana to calm your mind down. Because whenever you have such sensual cravings, your mind can become irritated, restless, and agitated. So you have to calm your mind down. Once your mind becomes calm, and when you come out, if you want to get rid of your cravings permanently, you have to teach your mind that what you crave for is harmful to you. It's not good for you. It's like addiction. It's like addiction.
So it's not the sensual object out there. It's not a beautiful object. It's a craving you put within. You put a rope around it, and you can cut the rope. But it's not the beautiful things out there. Even arahats kind of looked up the beautiful nature of the flowers.
But they have no craving for them. They can take them as they come and go. They can take it or leave it.
That's true.
But if you're addicted, then you cannot leave it.
Then you can't get it.
You all have to take it.
So addiction is a habit of the mind, right? The nature, you see that. Then
addiction is craving. See? Addiction is craving. Craving is addiction.
Addiction. So you can get. So it is the second noble truth. At the end of the day, that's one simple thing we need to cut.
That's right. Cut down by the fourth truth, which is wisdom.
Yeah.
Anicca, dukkha, anatta. What you crave for is anicca, dukkha, anatta. They can cause you dukkha because they're anicca, they're temporary. They give you temporary pleasure.
So realization is the third noble truth, and the path is the fourth, the noble eightfold path.
Yeah, the path is the one that will get you to stop your cravings. When there's no craving, then you got the third truth, which is nirodha, the cessation of stress, of suffering.
It's beautifully structured by the Buddha, right? There's no ambiguity there, right? Just everything is so stepwise.
Oh yeah, no one can surpass the Buddha in his ability to explain things. So clear, so simple, but a stupid mind doesn't understand it, that's all.
Yeah, that's true.
One thing I always struggle with is the Paticcasamuppada. I mean, it's described in many ways in the sutras, but some they start with the senses. That means salayatana paccaya phassa, phassa paccaya vedana, sanya, like that, coming from the senses, which is our immediately right now, our senses. I'm looking at you, so that's where the Paticcasamuppada start working. But the common description, avijja paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya. So the salayatana, the senses, comes later on in the flow of things, the 12 steps. So is there activity of the mind always happening before the senses come into play? In other words, even when you're dreaming and you're sleeping, there's some activity in the mind. So obviously there must be activity in the mind while we are up. So these are the astravas which are like precursors before the senses come into play.
Yes, whether you sleep or when you're without a body, your mind is still functioning. And due to ignorance, your mind will be craving for sensual pleasures. So then you will tell, if you have no body, then you tell the mind to go get a new body by sending your consciousness to attach to the new body.
So your thoughts will direct your senses. Okay, look more. Oh, that's beauty. So something already thought happening inside, and then the eyes meet the object. They say, look for more, like get more out of that object. Is that the senses or the thought process is already because of your ignorance. Sankhara is directing you. Sankhara pacha vinyana, you kind of
Sankhara and Vijnana tells the mind to go after the sensual objects.
Okay.
And when you get the sensual objects, you get feeling from them, say good feeling or bad feeling.
So
when you have good
senses,
feeling, then you have cravings for more.
yeah. So senses is just like a camera. They are not getting any information. They're bringing the, like for example,
the body is just like a camera. It's like a sensor that picks up the sensual objects. It's the mind that reacts to the sensual objects.
So the mind is the sixth sense, is the most sophisticated sense. In other words, it uses the brain as an interface to analyze and memory or program it or retrieve it, store it. But the other five senses are just the camera.
The mind doesn't use the brain at all. The mind has its own processor in the mind itself. Sankhara and sanya are the processor of all the information that it has stored in the mind.
So what's the role of the brain, Ajaan?
The brain just controls the body movement.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, science, I think is slightly differ because of the memory. There's a hippocampus. If you get a stroke in that area, you completely forget everything in the hippocampal area. That's where the memory can. So I think that's the difference, I think.
Yes, that's debatable. But if you practice, you'll find out that you can have a perfect brain and you can still be forgetful. Because your lack of mindfulness.
That's for sure.
From a point of practice. It's mindfulness that keeps you remembering things. So without mindfulness, you forget things. It's not the brain.
Yeah, I think brain, I think it's adapt. Like you can use any part of the brain. I mean, the hippocampus is gone. Sometimes they try another area to store information. I think anyway, that's science. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think Dhamma is more.
It's a great blessing to see you and speak to you and learn from you on Pia's birthday. He's blessed. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, thank you for your participation. It's always enjoyable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we and check. Last but not least. Any question?
Greetings, Ajaan. Today we are Sulan. Last but not least.
I hope you're planning a trip to Asia.
Yes. If all things go well, we will see. If all things go well, we'll see each other.
Yeah, we never know the future, right? So don't be too much of a don't give it too much emphasis. Just take it step by step.
Learn from you, Ajaan. Very, very interesting discussion with Dr. Pio and Indira. I also have the same thing because I'm also in medicine, right? So we study so much about the brain, and I'm also like really same struggle I had before your explanation, but your explanation makes so much sense that the mind is the brain is not I guess it's after you explain, I think it's different with what I learned in science. Anyways. But I think your explanation makes a lot more sense with the mind. It's different, I guess, right? Like I learned the same thing, like memory. Memory is I learned before that it's in the brain, right? But after hearing from you, I think it makes more sense that it's all in the mind, right, Ajahn?
Yes, memory is in sanya, is in the mind. It's not in the brain.
Yeah, that I had to because what I learned before, I think you helped me to clarify this point. Yeah.
Okay.
But I keep believing that the brain is the one that control, but it's actually the mind, right, Ajahn? Yeah.
The mind is the one who tells the brain what to do. See, without the mind, then the brain cannot do anything. It needs instruction from the mind. So when the body has no mind, then it's just a corpse.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Because and you made a really good point. That
Before you can get up, the mind has to tell you get up. Then the brain will tell the body to get up. See, the mind is the one that relay the message from the mind to the body.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. It doesn't matter. As long as you know that the body and the mind are not the same, and all control come from the mind. All orders come from the mind. It's the mind that orders the body what to do.
Yeah.
But how the body do it, that depends on the organs in the body, how they coordinate.
Yes.
Maybe the brain is the coordinator of the physical movement of the body. If something wrong with the brain, you can get what? Paralyzed, right? Paralyzed.
Paralyzed, or it depends on the part. Like
On the part of the brain that's been affected.
You get imbalance,
Yeah.
you lose your speech, or
Yeah, but it's not the brain that tells you what to do or not what to do. See, it's the mind. That's the one that tells the body what to do and not what to do.
Yeah.
The brain doesn't think, it doesn't remember. It's in the mind. Okay, it's the mind that thinks, that the mind remember. Sanya, sankhara. See, sankhara is thinking. Sanya is remembering or perceiving.
Yeah, you made a good point that with a perfectly healthy brain, we can still become forgetful.
Yeah, because you're not mindful. See, when you're not mindful, you can become forgetful easily.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, thank
All
you,
right.
Dad.
Okay, we'll go to Kunjup now for some more questions from other source.
Namaskar,ท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ. We have 12 questions this evening. The first 4 questions are from the assistant Gmail. Question 1, and it's from Yeti. When I meditate, sometimes I have a visual that there is a hand feeding me. If I am aware of it, I would reject it. But if I'm not aware of it, then I let the hand feed me. What does this mean? Is this defilement trying to trick me?
You're not mindful, that's all. You should be mindful with your meditation object only, whether your breath or your mantra, and ignore everything that comes up because they are just distraction.
Next question. During meditation, sometimes I feel that there is an entity on my left shoulder. Is this my own fear or just my mind fabrication? Is this a defilement?
They are mental fabrication, they're distraction. So don't pay attention to them. Just concentrate on your meditation object only when you meditate. Ignore everything else. Don't analyze, don't ask yourself whether it's defilement or not. This will cause your mind to become restless and agitated. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep the mind calm and peaceful.
Next question. My children are still attached to good feelings. How can I explain to them about feeling?
They're impermanent, they change. There are three types of feeling: good feeling, bad feeling, and neutral feeling. They keep changing all the time.
Next question. My mom has passed away. Is she a spiritual being now?
Yes, when there's no body, we call the mind a spiritual being.
Does her spirit rest in her house where she was living or in the place where she was born? Where does her spirit rest?
Her spirit exists in the spiritual world, not in our physical world.
The next two questions are from Ayi and they're from Facebook. Question 1. Do the minds of arahants can connect with each other between every arahants? For example, the gathering of the 1,250 of the arahants who came without prior arrangement on Makabuja, or between arahants who are still alive and arahants who are already in parinibbana?
I think this is the question you shouldn't worry about. You should worry about whether you can become an arahant or not first. Once you become an arahant, then you'll find the answer yourself.
The next question is from Manomai Joknoi. Per Ajahn, someone at my work is so hard to deal with. He is so fragile and insecure. I empathize with him, but I still want to do the job better. How do I maintain mindfulness at work?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Your question and what you mentioned about does not seem to be connected to me. To be mindful at work is to be focused on what you do all the time. Don't let your mind go think about this and that.
She says, I empathize him, but still wants to do job better. How to maintain mindfulness at work?
Just concentrate on your work and don't pay attention to other things.
The next question is from Louisiana Doyle Tamajari. Wandami Tanajan from Massachusetts, USA. I do meditating more than chanting now. Is this okay?
Yes, if you can meditate, then you don't need to chant. You only chant when you cannot yet meditate, because chanting is a rough form of meditation.
When I would like to do short chanting, can I just chant Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta, and Kanda Parita, and then Patidana? Is that enough, or do I need to include the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sanghanusati? Thank you, Tanajan.
It's up to you. It's like eating. If you don't feel full enough, then you eat some more. If you chant and you feel that your mind is not calm enough, then you chant some more.
The next question, Tanajan, when I meditate, my lower half of the body feels like it's disappeared. Is this normal?
It can happen. It doesn't mean that it has to happen to everybody.
Is there anything that I need to do?
Just focus on your meditation object only when you meditate and ignore everything that appears in your mind.
The next question is from Purna Sakya. When I started Vipassana meditation, slowly I lose my ability to remember something like my study when I start reading books or doing meditation. I feel high pressure on my body, especially on my head, and creates magnetic fields around my body. Sometimes I observe bright light on my forehead. Am I on the right path of meditation, or what should I do, Tanajan?
No, you're on the wrong path. Right path of meditation is just to focus only on your meditation object only. If you're using the breath, just keep focus on the breath. Don't pay attention to anything else. If you use the mantra, just stay with the mantra and forget about everything that appears.
The next question is from Marcia from Ohio. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. May you be well. Could you explain what access concentration is?
Well, I think this is a word called Upajjhara Samadhi. I think this is a translation from the Upajjhara Samadhi, which is another type of samadhi, which we call psychic mode for the mind. This is the type of samadhi that enables a person to have psychic power. such as being able to read the mind of other people or connect with other spiritual beings.
I have been told that this type of concentration comes to the doorstep of jhana, but one doesn't go into jhana. Is this type of concentration sufficient for attaining the fruit of stream entry?
I think this is the questionable interpretation of this excess, what you call it, excess samadhi. From the practical field, we call this type upajjhara samadhi as a special type of samadhi, a psychic mode of the mind. But from the theoretical people, they say this approaching jhana, but not jhana. So I think it depends on how you interpret this excess samadhi, because it's not sufficient from a practical point of view. You have to access the jhana itself in order to get to equanimity. You need equanimity before you can become enlightened, because you need a mind that can resist your defilement. Without equanimity, your mind cannot resist your defilement, cannot let go of your attachment to the body.
The next question is from Sulan. Dear Ajaan, thank you for your time. Hope you're well. When we don't have strength to defeat Mara and Kilesas and still forget and can't focus on Putto, what can we do, Satu?
You can go on holiday trip.
And
or go shopping, then you get a lot of strength, right?
And the last question is from Diana Sadi. Which part of the body is sanya, the mind, connected to? All of it?
No, the mind, sanya doesn't connect to the body. It's vijnana that connects to the body. There are five streams of consciousness that connect to 5 parts of the body: the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. This is vijnana doing the connection, and then it collects the sensual objects that come into contact with these 5 sensual organs. So we can see, we can hear, we can feel, we can taste and smell. Feel the body, whether it's hot or cold, for instance. This is the body.
That is all, Ka.
Okay. I think that's all the time for us tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this discussion is helpful and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.